They had me on the bench, but now I'm shooting like an athlete. Headshots closed, casket leaving so cozy.
Police in Halton region are hunting for two suspects tonight after a fatal shooting in Burlington.
The people who knew the victim say he was a rap artist known as Lil OT that was working on his career.
They need to really, like in my city, I think there needs to be like a youth saving group ASAP. Like they need to do something about the youth because they're wilding in that city. They could have saved me. I was actually I was a smart kid. I could have went set 10 different routes. Like,
100%.
Those programs could have saved me.
It's a true story. Everybody with me loaded. True story. I don't think they ever noticed. True story. I'm good at hiding my emotions. True story. Now my heart forever. This is a true story. I can't stop selling drugs.
It's a true story, chat.
This is a true story. I have my gun in my glove. This is a true story. We have fun.
Born Omar Nayaz Mohammed in Afghanistan,
Okay, let's record.
Real OT's story didn't start with music, it started with survival. His family fled war when he was just 3 years old, and after being sponsored by a church in St. Catharines, they resettled in Hamilton. He spent his entire childhood in the Jamesville housing complex, a low-income housing neighborhood in the city's north end. Jamesville was once a tight-knit but economically stressed community, known for its aging public housing blocks and persistent social issues. In recent years, those buildings have been torn down and are now being redeveloped into mixed-income housing, a move city planners say aims to break up concentrated poverty and reshape the future of the area.
Okay.
That backdrop matters because Hamilton today still struggles with challenges that are different from what many experience in Toronto.
He's
National
from Toronto.
crime data has consistently shown Hamilton's
Toronto.
crime severity index to be higher than Toronto's overall index, meaning residents in Hamilton traditionally face higher levels of violent and property crime than those in the GTA. Meanwhile, Hamilton has also seen elevated rates of opioid-related harms compared with provincial averages, with paramedics responding to a significant number of overdose calls in recent years.
Oh, where is he from? His original country? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
This was the environment OT grew up navigating, not just stereotypes online, but real streets shaped by real struggle. When asked about being from Hamilton, OT doesn't sugarcoat it.
Hamilton's shit. There's nothing in Hamilton, honestly. It's just,
Oh, okay.
it's just whack. It's just a crab in a bucket city, just like any other city. And like every time someone tries to get out, like they drag you back. Like they're trying to drag me back right now. I'm not letting it. Yeah, just a crab in a bucket, bro. A lot of drugs infested. A lot of drugs infested. Still, a lot of drugs. Yeah. Shit, Hamilton's Hamilton. I don't know. We just started turning it up though. That's it. Yeah.
Growing up in Jamesville, OT's life didn't match the image people later tried to push online. When Reddit users and commenters mocked him for being a quote-unquote good kid who went to school, he always found it ironic. In interviews, he mentioned how he was always asking questions and competing academically. He even joked that part of his motivation came from wanting to be smart enough to confidently talk to the smart, pretty girls in his class. For OT, education was never soft or fake. It was about sharpening his mind, even while navigating a neighborhood where many youths were drawn toward streets or survival jobs just to get by. That curiosity
So he's a nigga that was like, yo, I'm gonna get smart and get the huzz type shit.
he showed early. In grade 10, before music or controversy, he attended the Innovation 150 Expo at the Perimeter Institute, where hands-on science exhibits left a lasting impression.
Who sounds scared?
He later described the experience as crazy and majestic, saying it inspired him to take more science classes the following year. A photo from that day even shows him posing with Nobel Prize-winning physicist Arthur B. McDonald's medal, an image that quietly contradicts the later narratives that tried to reduce him to a stereotype.
That's just his voice.
That academic structure played a direct role in shaping Lil OT's path forward, even as his life began pulling in opposite directions. OT has credited his English classes, especially daily journaling assignments, as a turning point. Being forced to write every day helped him release thoughts he usually kept bottled up, letting him understand how his own mind worked and tap into emotions that later translated naturally into songwriting. But while that discipline was forming, a very different image of him began circulating online. As his name grew, a short video spread across social media showing OT in a tense confrontation where he appears to pull a knife on another youth.
I never did. Don't headbutt me, bro. Sit down. Why? Why? Yo, what are you doing, bro? Go sit down, bro. Go sit. Who are you talking to, bro? Sit down.
It's nothing.
Nah, don't sit down. Nah, bro. I'm sitting down, bro. Nah, bro. Like that. Nah, bro. Did I did. Oh my God, bro. So like that, bro. Fuck you up right here, bro. Sit down. Yo, move.
Yo, he said he'll
Active
mark
context
you
in-
up, fam. He said I'll mark you up right here, fam. Yo, that's crazy. That's stupid. It's not even cool. It's just stupid.
Played endlessly. The clip became ammunition for
In
critics.
school, bro, it's not that serious. It's not like he has $1 billion or something. Like, what? I'm not saying that would make it valid, but like, bro, what? Yeah, that's OT with the ting in his ting, fam. It wasn't in his pocket. It was in his pants, fam.
Who used it to dismiss the idea that he was ever a focused student.
That's what they
It
do
was
out
around
here.
this same period, grade
In
10
Canada.
or 11, that OT says he truly
Allegedly.
got into music. He had always freestyled casually with friends in the neighborhood, but after returning from what he describes as a wild jail bed, he began writing with real intention. Even if he only had an hour, he'd use it to write a song, often driving around listening to beats and trying to put thoughts together on the move. Sleep became optional. At first, he kept his music to himself, unsure of how it would be received. Eventually, he played a song for someone who barely knew him. That reaction changed everything. The person was blown away, passed it to someone else, then another, until the song was spreading without OT even pushing it. That was the moment he realized he had something real. This was when he was given the nickname Lil OT. The name wasn't a marketing decision, it came straight from the block. When he was younger, one of his homies went by Big O, and since they were always hooping together and both their names started with O, he became Little O. As he got older, he says he got in the trap house, added the T, and the name OT stuck.
Okay, you see the name, chat? That shit was fire. No, nah, okay. Nah, that's a pretty cool name, bro.
Yo, if you guys ain't heard of me yet, my name's Lil OT. I come from Hamilton. I'm from Canada. I'm turning up this year. I'm be the biggest artist. Let's go. Yeah.
Lil OT's entry into the music scene wasn't easy. He's been open about the financial side of the grind, saying people never
They just said what it meant. It's just because it's just because O or Big O was the boy. I don't know what O stands for. It's probably for ounce. But anyways, T is for trap. I don't know what the O is for.
really saw how hard it was to fund
It's some secret
everything on
shit.
his
Maybe
own.
it's his real
Over
name.
roughly 5
It's
years,
probably his government.
He estimates he invested
Because there's a
around
lot of immigrants in Canada, in the cities and stuff. And that's how a lot of the names go by, you know?
$250,000 into himself. It was a massive risk, especially without a major cosign or industry machine behind him. But in an interview conducted back in July 2025,
It's
he
not
said
Omar.
finally
It's
starting
gonna
to
be
pay
some
off.
crazy, like,
As a brown rapper in a scene with
foreign
limited South
name.
Asian representation, OT never felt boxed in, but he recognized the gap. He said that many artists don't even see rap as a lane open to them, or they stay confined to making music in their own language. While Canada hasn't historically spotlighted many South Asian rappers, he points to the UK as proof that it can be done at a high level. On top of that, he wasn't coming from a Toronto
No,
name
but
brand.
not Lil OT's name. The O nigga. They never said the Big O's nigga's name. His big homie that he was balling with. They never said his real name.
And block with built-in hype. Being from Hamilton meant
Yeah.
there was no automatic buzz. He had to force his way into the conversation. His strategy was simple. He knew Toronto blog pages controlled visibility and momentum, so instead of waiting to be discovered, he paid for shout-outs and consistent promotion, branding himself deliberately as an upcoming Hamilton artist. And it worked. Songs like Letter to My Dog and Violence became his most recognizable records,
Such as-
resonating with fans who connected to the pain and honesty in his lyrics.
No.
Hitting 1 million streams on Letter to My Dog became one of his proudest accomplishments. Even now, competing at a higher level, he says that milestone still means everything, especially remembering when 10,000 streams once felt huge. In 2023, with hype building up, he dropped his debut album, Jamesville, which exceeded expectations and confirmed that his story and sound were landing. As his name grew, Lil OT started noticing something ironic. Toronto showed him more love than Hamilton ever did. He remembers early fan interactions beginning back in high school, but says anytime he's downtown shooting videos or just outside in the city, people recognize him instantly. They'd asked for pictures, surprised to see him in real life after only knowing him from the internet. The support wasn't just from fans either, it was coming from industry figures in the city. Business-wise, he began getting
Some
attention
big-ass
from
fucking
Toronto-based
stacks.
players like Blue Feather Records and Top 5.
Oh, yeah?
Both tried to sign him early in his
Oh,
run.
yeah?
OT declined, saying he wanted to learn the game from the ground up before committing to any deal. But turning down offers didn't come without consequences. Soon after, rumors began circulating online claiming OT had been jumped and beaten by BFR affiliates while he was in jail, claims he has repeatedly called cap.
Now rumors
that didn't happen.
spreading that you got jumped in jail by members. Is this
That's not true. It would have been worse. He would have been fucked up.
Never happened, cap. And then you just said members, right? So whichever one said they did that, they could claim it. I never heard nobody claim it. That's just cap. And another thing, that was when I was in jail too, so I'm not gonna reply to my story and do all this story shit, get back on the net. But that never happened though. That's cap.
Still, the narrative spread, fueling tension between camps. The situation escalated publicly when OT pressed Bundog, the CEO of BFR, during a live stream, confronting the rumors
pressed
directly instead
Bundog?
of letting them linger.
Fam, I never dissed you. Relax, bro. It's not that serious. Calm
You
down.
dissed
sound
me,
like-
fam. I peeped the comments from minutes ago. Hey, don't get it twisted.
What? What did I say?
Your young boys tried to say they touched me in jail.
He went to, hey yo, touch me, broski. Hey yo, I don't know.
Touch me, bro. I'll give it to them if they did me a thing. They never did me a thing.
So,
They never did me a
I'm
thing.
gonna talk about this. Cap.
okay.
Retire your
In
jersey.
front of presser.
That's clip whatever you want to clip. Relax. You sound serious. You have little man syndrome. Relax.
What once looked like a potential business move quickly turned into open animosity. A similar pattern unfolded with Top 5. According to OT, Top 5 also saw his momentum early and wanted him under his umbrella. Once again, OT said no, and once again, business turned personal. Not long after, tension started
The
building
GGs
online,
definitely did
with
something.
Top 5 and members of his crew
Nah, the
antagonizing
GGs definitely
OT
did
publicly.
something.
The friction didn't stay confined to Instagram lives and comment sections either. There was even a time both sides ended up at Canada's Wonderland on the same day. During a live stream,
He was there on the same day that Top 5 did it, the fucking crazy live stream at Canada Wonderland, calling out his ops, telling him where he is to press him. Yo, bro, that was a crazy day. I don't know, y'all wasn't watching that, but that was a crazy day in Canada. I'm not gonna lie.
Top 5's affiliates thought they spotted OT inside the park, and for a moment,
He
things
streamed it on
almost
Kick.
went left.
Yo, mute this. Mute.
Oh, it
In a city where
was.
online issues can spill into real life quickly, even a random day out can turn tense.
Obviously not. I don't go to fucking. Why would I be at the amusement park to go see that? That's some wild shit. That's in Toronto as well.
When asked by Friday Ricky Dredd, host of We
It's in
Love
another
Hip Hop,
city, bro.
how things escalated the way they did with Top 5, OT had this to say.
Because Top 5 wanted to sign you. A lot of mans wanted to sign this guy, bro.
For sure. I remember that one.
Yes.
I remember that one.
So what happened with that when 5 was trying to sign you?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I was just, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Like, did he reach out like via DM, like, yo, let me get you a deal with
No,
the
remember it was on
GGTs?
live or something. Remember they were on live?
Yeah.
No, it was.
I was on live. I was on live.
I don't know.
watching.
I don't know. Like, how could, like, I don't get it. Like, when you asked me that, I thought it was just a joke. Like, you guys are trolling. Like, there's no way you're serious right now, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you're not. No, I don't know. How
So-
could I don't see it working.
While he tried to separate real life from the image people projected onto him, reality had a way of closing that gap. As his profile grew, so did the scrutiny, and soon, the headlines weren't just about music anymore. Legal troubles began to follow, pulling him away from the studio and into a system that would stall his momentum at the worst possible time.
What happened?
The chaos surrounding Lil Otis' life wasn't something that started recently. On September 13th, 2020, he survived an attempted assassination. That evening, police responded to a shooting.
He survived an attempted assassination, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, you can.
In Hamilton's North End near John Street North and Burlington Street East. According to investigators, a black Ford F-150 with tinted windows pulled up beside Otis' vehicle, and one of its occupants fired multiple shots into Otis' car before speeding off. OT was not physically injured, but the windshield was left riddled with bullet holes. OT later referenced that moment directly in his music, rapping on the song Violence from his Jamesville album.
Remember the time they hit my whip, windshield full of bullet holes.
A line that mirrors the real-life incident. At the time,
Damn, bro. Okay, little OT. I see you going through the rain and shit.
Police
Okay.
continued searching for the suspect vehicle and warned residents
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Wiz? But you can't run away from violence because it's everywhere.
not to approach it. He survived that night in 2020, stepping out of a car marked by bullets, but it wouldn't be the last time gunfire.
No, his parents must be proud though, because he's trying to avoid it, Jay. That's the thing. He is avoiding it and he's doing his most, the best he can. You know, obviously they're not as proud as they could be, but like, you know what I mean?
Fire would find its way into his life. 3 years
I would be.
later, the violence escalated.
Guys,
in
it's
a
not
way
like
that
he's
hit
staying
even
in the
closer
streets.
to home, literally. Instead of bullets striking his vehicle on a public street, they would tear through the walls of his family's house, turning a quiet evening on Wickham Avenue into something far more devastating. On the evening of November 14th, 2023, just after 6:30 p.m., a stolen black Honda Civic rolled slowly onto Wickham Avenue, a quiet dead-end street off Beach Boulevard in Hamilton's East End. Inside one of the houses, at least 6 members of OT's family were home, including OT. The car passed once, turned around, and as it drove by again, gunfire exploded into the quiet street. Bullets ripped through the front window, tore into the siding and walls, struck 2 vehicles parked outside.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense why they're on the dick, because he said no. Because look, how it works in the music industry in any city or most cities, Wiz, and this is why it's a big deal if you say no to labels that aren't major, because they give you protection and shit. Why would I need to send you the clips? Just go online and download them yourself, Wiz. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you even talking about? You just clipped it. Just click the links that you clicked. I'm so confused. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah.
And lodged deep into rooms where
It's like extortion.
family members had been moments before.
Try
In
it
total,
again,
At
Wiz.
least 52 bullet holes were later counted. Miraculously, no one was hit. The car sped off southbound on Beach Boulevard before police arrived, leaving behind a scene that looked like something out of a war zone. Later that night, around 11:30 p.m., officers found a stolen Honda Civic parked at Barton and Queen Streets, with spent 9mm casings matching those at the scene sitting at the base of the windshield. Court documents later revealed that 24-year-old Ahmed Ishaq Hassan, aka G5, was the shooter, and he and Lil OT had once been friends. They both moved within the same Hamilton
He's
rap
whack.
circles before their relationship deteriorated, and by 2024,
He's whack as fuck. I've been streaming every day. What's good, Cash Cat? How you been, bro?
the fallout between them had spilled directly onto social media. In a Snapchat post, Lil OT shared a photo with the caption, 2024, I seen a killer turn to a rat. I have paperwork, shaking my head.
Yeah, I've been busy. I haven't been in many niggas chats. Not gonna lie. Cause I don't be up late anymore.
I can't war a
But
rat.
yo, if you stream earlier, I got you, bro.
In another post, he uploaded a picture of G5, writing, everyone say happy birthday to a snitch. G5 fired back almost immediately, posting a photo of himself with OT and responding, tell me why I would politic with a confidential informant who's getting extorted in jail.
Bro, what? This nigga's just yapping. This nigga's just yapping, chat. He's just inventing shit.
Hashtag, stick to the code. He followed it up with another post of OT, captioning it, created players turn to rats. What had once been a friendship connected through music had now turned into a public war of accusations, with both sides airing their grievances online for everyone in the scene to see. The fallout between the two didn't stop with the drive-by at OT's family home. Just weeks later, the tension between the former friends escalated again, this time spilling into another early morning confrontation on Radisson Lane. According to this leaked court document, around 5:23 a.m., a stolen gray Honda Civic pulled into the quiet stretch near Radisson and Dryden Lane. Inside in the vehicle were Dustin McKenzie and Lil OT. Surveillance footage later reviewed by investigators reportedly showed McKenzie moving toward a residence on Radisson Lane before returning to the stolen vehicle and taking the driver's seat. Not long after, the tenant of the home, identified in court documents as G5, the same man who would later admit to shooting up OT's family
Hi, bro.
house,
Enjoy, bro, and thanks for popping in.
returned to find an unknown masked male inside his residence holding a bag. Moments later, chaos erupted. Around 5:47 a.m., surveillance allegedly captured Mackenzie and OT fleeing from the rear of the property, running in separate directions. Video evidence later showed Mackenzie stopping at a nearby intersection and firing a gun towards G5's home.
Okay.
Police recovered 4 shell casings from the area, and a
So he
nearby
goes to
home
jail
was
again, I'm
reportedly struck
guessing?
by gunfire. At first, the incident seemed like another unresolved shooting in a city already dealing with rising violence. But investigators continued digging, reviewing surveillance footage and piecing together movements in the hours before and after the gunfire. Months later, the investigation took a dramatic turn. On February 27, 2024, police intercepted a phone call in which G5 allegedly admitted to the drive-by shooting on Lil OT's family home. During the call, he referred to OT as "this kid that used to be my dog" and spoke about them beefing. And the transcript read in court,
This kid that used to be my dog. So he's just jealous, I guess.
he said, "Yeah, he was having a party."
I don't know what to tell you, bro. Why doesn't it work? I don't know what to tell you. Try it later, because it works later. I don't know. It works for me. It's a you thing. Refresh the stream. Go back up in the chat. Try and click it.
At his crib. His whole family and them were there. I pulled up, then shot at his crib. Cell phone tracking placed him near Wickham Avenue that night and near where the stolen vehicle was abandoned. In March 2024, police in Guelph recovered a firearm that forensic testing confirmed was the gun used in the attack. More than 2 years after the drive-by, G5 pleaded guilty to discharging a firearm with intent to endanger life and to possessing a firearm while prohibited. He had
Damn. Brother, you're fucking jit. You should know how to do it, bro. I'm unk. I don't know how to do it. Okay, I'm just gonna say that, and that's what I'm gonna say.
is yet to be sentenced. What came out of that situation for OT is unknown, but it's clear that in the span of just weeks, what had once been described in court as a friendship connected through music had completely unraveled. Clearly, life outside the booth was far from peaceful for Lil OT. In interviews, he's been open about his setbacks with the justice system, speaking candidly about multiple jail stints between 2020 and 2023. His longest bid lasted 18 months relating to weapons offenses, and it came at the worst possible time. He had just dropped what was becoming his biggest track when 3 days later, police raided him. He didn't get bail, and the opportunities paused. He remembers a homie telling him, "You missed your flight," meaning he should have already been elevating to another level. But OT's mindset has always been simple. You can't rewind time, you can only keep going. He admits jail impacted his career heavily, but losing that stretch of time forced him to rethink everything. He pointed to his upcoming album, Invisible Scars, as a potentially defining moment in his career, proof that despite the setbacks, he still believed his biggest chapter was ahead of him. Throughout all of this, Lil OT never hid the reality of his world. He spoke openly about losing close friends and how each loss hits differently as you grow older. When asked about the scariest moments of his life, he referenced near-death experiences without going into detail. He warned younger
That's
kids not
crazy.
to romanticize the streets, saying that losing people rewires your brain. You don't even laugh the same afterward.
Yeah.
His message was consistent. If you're not in it for a reason, get out as fast as you can. Tragically, that reality caught up to him in the most final way.
The people who knew the victim say he was a rap artist known as Lil OT and was working on his career.
Very nice guy. It's just unfortunate. Very talented, up-and-coming rapper.
Is he-
It was very unfortunate.
On Monday,
Oh.
February 9th, 2020.
Rest in peace, Lil OT. I didn't know.
24-year-old Lil OT was shot and killed in Burlington, Ontario. Police say the shooting happened around 10:10 p.m. in the parking lot of Kelsey's at Burlington Center. Officers from Halton Regional Police Service arrived to find OT suffering from gunshot wounds. He was rushed to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Shortly after the death of Lil OT was announced, dashcam footage from a nearby vehicle began circulating online, capturing a chilling moment near the scene. In the video, a white sedan can be seen parked beside a white SUV in the lot. According to reports, OT was inside the sedan, which begins to slowly exit the parking area. Moments later, the vehicle suddenly stops. A person then jumps out from the rear driver's side passenger seat and runs toward the white SUV that was just parked beside it. Seconds later, the SUV quickly speeds out of the lot, disappearing from view, a brief but unsettling clip that led many to believe Lil OT was set up by someone close to him. The aftermath of Lil OT's death spread quickly across social media, triggering a wave of reactions that reflected the complicated way the internet treats rising rappers. Many fans and artists shared tributes and messages showing love to his family while reflecting on how far he had come from Hamilton's
Just like C.I., bro.
North End. But at the same time, the online conversation exposed a sharp shift in tone. Some users pointed out the irony directly, commenting things like everybody hated this brother before he died.
Yeah,
Why the switch up
literally.
now? For years,
That's how everybody
critics had
is,
labeled
bro.
OT a cap rapper.
They were all calling him a fake gangster before, and now, oh, because he died like that, he's like,
questioning his authenticity and
he was
clowning
always
his
the same
music
person.
online.
That's what's
But
annoying.
almost overnight, the same spaces that once mocked him were filled with people reposting his songs and treating him like a legend. At the same time, rivals wasted no time posting subtle taunts online, with artists like YG and Young Drilla among those accused by fans of throwing shade after the news broke. The moment became a reflection of a pattern many artists talk about. The internet often shows the most love after someone is gone. As one comment summed it up, they hate you when you're here, but love you when you're gone. From an Afghani child refugee to building a name in Canada's rap scene, OT pushed through numerous obstacles while believing his biggest moment was still ahead. But at just 24 years old,
If he signed, there's no guarantee he would have been alive either.
his story ended before the chapter could fully unfold, leaving unanswered questions and a legacy still being debated.
I would have been left Toronto if I had that much money, though.